What's going on, guys? ChaseWins.com. Wednesday, the 18th of August. Welcome back, guys. As I told you last week, there would be a couple of days where I may not be able to do a video because I did a little bit of traveling. Wasn't anything major. I actually wasn't planning on being back until later tonight, but got back around 1 o'clock this afternoon. Was able to finish up the plays here just a little while ago, so I figured, yep, if I can bust out a quick 3-4 minute video, get everybody a play, you'll have plenty of time to play it, and that way we can start our routine back, because as of tomorrow, everything will go back to normal as the way it always is. Free plays each day, social media content, all that stuff that we normally do, and then we are going to attempt, hopefully, everything goes in line the way we want it to, so that the live shows will be back. They're not going to start back this month. September is an option. Obviously, we like to have those during football and basketball and hockey season, because baseball's a little bit harder because, at least 2 days during the week, Monday through Friday, at least 2 of those days, you're going to have day games in Major League Baseball. So you're either, putting plays out, you're going over plays, and, stuff starts as early as 1 o'clock. There's some days where it's even 3 days during that. And of course, you always have early stuff on Saturday and Sunday. But as far as, Monday through Friday goes, once baseball ends or the postseason begins, in late September, early October, and you get into football season, and then, right around the corner, you start hockey and basketball season, nothing typically goes on throughout the day. Stuff's being played every day, but it's always, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern time is when stuff's starting. So that allows us it gives us the extra opportunity to be able to go live like we used to 3 to 4 days a week. And we're going to try to get that back started. I'd love to get it started back in September. If it doesn't, it will be back at the very beginning of October once the MLB postseason starts. But we're going to get it started back as quickly as possible. So a lot of people have been asking for those to come back, and as promised, they will be back, just not this week. So thanks everybody for the patience. We haven't skipped a beat. Plays still going out every day. Again, we just couldn't do a video every day. Sunday, I know that just like every time I release a game of the week, game of the month, anything like that, if I don't immediately do a video or put something on social media, saying that I won, all the haters come up and immediately say, oh, he must have lost. Yep, he didn't say it. He's not saying anything. He's hiding from a loss. I'm doing that on purpose, just because all those comments always come in. And I've been saying it for the past, five of them, 6 of them. We've only lost 1 game of the week in Major League Baseball this entire season, guys. It's mid-August. I mean, we're creeping to the end of the season here. We've lost 1 game of the week, and it was a fluke loss. We've won our game of the month. We have 1 game of the month where there was a pitching change and the game, was scratched. So can't really do anything about that. But the 1 game of the month that we did get to play was a blowout winner. We have not had a game of the year yet. And then Sunday, we released another Major League Baseball game of the week. And we also released a top play within the same game. And we blew through both of them. The top play won in the 2nd inning. And to be honest with you, both of them were over from the very first pitch. It was never in doubt, obviously, because we were on the run line on the game. We couldn't really call it a win until the game was over, because it's baseball. You never know what can happen. But both of them were easy blowout winners, so a ton of profit made. Another game of the week winner. Congratulations to everybody that jumped on. As far as today goes, there was a bunch of early games being played, and first thing this morning when I started looking at them, I had 2 games, well, technically 3. 1 got scratched pretty quickly with some information I found. But then 2 of them that I had my eyes on, pretty close, they just barely missed the cut. There were a few things that I wasn't in love with about the play, and even though, I probably could have released them as a premium play, one of them I know won. The other one I don't know yet. I haven't checked the score. It was winning the last time that I looked. I don't force it. If it doesn't make the cut, it doesn't make the cut. So we did not play those, but I had my eyes on, obviously, evening and night games, because that was where the best action of the day was, from the jump. And while I didn't expect it to be as big of a day as it's going to be, we've got a nice little card for tonight. 7 plays in total, 6 premium plays, 1 top play. You can get all of them for $50, and that's by purchasing a 3-day all sports pass. So you get all premium and daily top plays in all sports, $49.99. You cannot beat that. Obviously, every day if we have a daily top play and you just want that top play to step out on, just that one play that you can hammer your book with, you can buy those for $25 a piece. Everything you buy comes with a pure profit guarantee. The package must be profitable overall, or you get extended until it has become profitable, no questions asked. But guys, as I have had to tell, usually everybody's pretty good about it, but I've had to tell a few people in the last week who've said, hey, I lost money in these 3 days. Are you going to extend me? And I'm saying, wait a minute, we didn't lose money. We were up, 6 units for those 3 days, 7 units. Had we had this play, there was one we were up 11 units in 3 days. And I'm like, how in the world are these people losing money? And then I look, and it's because they're betting all over the place. They're betting, $200 here, $500 here, $2,000 here. You have to follow what we release. You follow what the play is, and we always tell you, you flat bet your premium plays all for the same amount, top plays, game of the weeks, all of them have a set wager amount based on your bankroll. We'll give you a unit amount, and it's always the same for that for that rated play. Premiums will always be the same, top plays, game of the weeks, game of the month, so on. That's the way it's always been. That's the way it will always be. You have to follow that to a T if you want to be successful. So if you don't follow it, and we give you a profitable membership, and you weren't profitable because of that, we don't extend you. As long as you follow what we do, the system will know it automatically because it tracks everything based on those margins. So we don't have to go in and extend you. It automatically knows whether or not within your membership, based on the date ranges, how much was won or lost, profit, loss, whatever. It will automatically extend you just like that if it was not a profitable membership. So keep that in mind. But big card tonight, 6 premium plays, 1 top play, but there was 1 play I'm going to give you for free that made the cut at the last minute. This was a game that I had all but wrote off. I was looking at it earlier in the day, and I had finally decided against it. It didn't quite make the cut, and there wasn't enough that I just loved about the game to even give it out as a free play. But then a change happened. There was a pitching change, which completely changed the overall aspect of the game, to what I thought about it, how I rated it. And so it ended up getting just barely making the cut and being added to the premium card as one of those 6 premium plays. And I'm gonna give it to you here. Now, just some basic quick cliff notes on this game. 8:10 p.m. Eastern time, Chicago White Sox, Oakland A's. Oakland is playing on the south side of Chicago. White Sox money line, and it jumped up substantially after this pitching change, and rightfully so. I think it jumped up a little bit too much, but the run line itself didn't really change. So for that, I feel like there's one number that the odds makers are looking at that they know that the public will look at too, and be fooled and just all consumed with that number. And that's why this line, the money line, moved up the way that it did. But White Sox money line -203, run line at -1.5 is -$1.05, and that's on the White Sox, obviously. A total over under at 9 runs. Now here was the thing. Now Cole Irvin was supposed to pitch against Lance Lynn today. Now, when they made this pitching change, I actually agree with the change. I do. I agree with with the change happening. I agree with them putting Paul Blackburn in. Do I think he's a good pitcher? No. Do I think he can be? Yeah, he's got the right pitch arsenal for where he's pitching in the American League, especially the AL West. And I think that he has a lot of upside to him. But again, as far as major leagues go, he has no career experience. He has, rookie ball and minor league experience, but he's played in 1 game as far as the major leagues go. And again, he's 27 years old. So truth be told, most of your pitchers that end up panning out for the long haul are people that are starting pitchers by the time they're 25, usually. You get up into the 27 range, you're really teetering on that, how much service can we really get out of you before you hit your 30-year mark? Because when you're 30, that's supposed to be the ultimate prime of your career, where if you've been pitching for 7 years in the league, they've got your body to where 30 years, 31 years old to 33, 34 years old, that's going to be your prime. And after that, it's all downhill, but you should be able to retire after that, if, based on your success rate, if you so choose. Blackburn's gone in one time this year. Obviously, it was a loss against Seattle. He only pitched like 2.1 innings, but it was a double-header game with only 7 innings. So guess what? That counted as a loss for him, even though he only went, into, 1/3 of the third inning. 2/3 of the third inning, he wasn't even in there. But the loss counted for him. So in his career with Oakland, he's 0-1. Now, Lance Lynn, I've spoken my piece about Lance Lynn. I do think he's a good pitcher. I do like him at home. As far as a road pitcher goes, he doesn't impress me. I think at absolute best, he's average. But I think with the run support he usually gets at home, he's the perfect pitcher for the White Sox. If the White Sox shift up their lineup, it's not going to be good. I don't think he'd have success otherwise. And now, I'm not going to get too deep into it because this video has already gone 3 times longer than I wanted it to, but I want you to understand why this game went from not making the premium card to why I'm playing it now. So Lance Lynn, just to give you some basic numbers, he's 10-3 on the year, 2.26 ERA overall, which isn't terrible, especially in the American League, the way they hit, having designated hitters, all that stuff. He's pitched in 21 games, 120 innings, 89 hits, 34 runs, 30 of them 12 home runs, 37 walks, and 137 strikeouts. I don't love the walks, but if you take it from walk to strikeout ratio, it's not bad. Home, records aren't as good in that department when you look at just basic percentages, but overall American League, those are good numbers as far as walkouts and strikes goes. So, especially with how the American League's hitting right now. But his home stats, which are more important, 13 games pitched, he's 6-2 overall, 76 innings pitched, 2.13 ERA. So, obviously, like I told you a minute ago, it's better at home. 51 hits, 20 runs, 18 of them earned, 9 home runs, 19 walks, and 88 strikeouts. So, percentage-wise, not quite as good overall as the overall numbers in the strikeout to walk ratio, but still good numbers overall. And then you go over to Paul Blackburn of the Oakland A's. Obviously, he's 0-1. He is a starting pitcher. He's not a reliever. So he is somebody that's going to be in the starting rotation as long as he stays healthy, and they're willing to keep him there and eat what they have to eat while he gets his reps in. But he's 0-1, pitched in 1 game, 2.1 inning pitch, 5 hits, 7 runs. All of them are earned, which is not good. He hasn't given up a home run, but, he's only pitched in 2 innings. So he's walked twice, 2 strikeouts, so not good ratios there. But again, take that with a grain of salt. I mean, he's only seen, roughly a dozen batters. So, but if you actually add the numbers up that he's got an ERA of just shy of 27, literally 27. So not good. 12-3 loss in 7 innings against the Seattle Mariners is the only game that he played in, and of course, he gave up 7 of those 12 runs in the first 2.1 innings. So obviously, as you can see, this is kind of a no-brainer. But another thing that I want you to look at, because a lot of people are scared to wager Oakland in general. We've made a lot of money off Oakland, but one thing people are continuously scared of is to fade Oakland. And we've made money fading Oakland just as we've made money taking Oakland. We've played on both sides. Oakland is actually our 4th most invested in team out of all of Major League Baseball. If you actually add up how many, each team, how many times we have wagered something on a game they are playing in, whether it be fading them, taking them as a favorite, betting their totals, betting the total overall, just betting the team, something involving the team in general. Oakland is 4th overall for us that we've not only wagered the most, but 2nd overall, third overall, excuse me, as far as money made this year. So I'm not scared to take Oakland. I'm not scared to fade Oakland. I'm not scared to play anything involving Oakland. You just have to understand them. While Oakland is a good team with a lot of talent, they have postseason caliber talent. One thing that they haven't done this year, especially on the road, is they have not beaten good teams. When you look at their record against good teams and against contending teams, i.e. the White Sox, division leader, definitely a contender in the American League, to represent them in the World Series, like I told you before the season started, and I've been preaching since late 2018 when the team couldn't even get to 500. This is a team you don't want to mess with. So based on the track record of Oakland, forget the talent they have. They're not beating good teams. They're not beating contending teams, and they're certainly not doing it on the road. This is going to be the White Sox final push of the year going into September. So when you get into the late, portions of the season, those last 3 weeks, they can kick back, just worry about the health of their team, the rest, and getting ready for a postseason. When they become mathematically set as not, they don't have to worry about winning the division. That's a given. But when they get mathematically set to take things like home field and get the best playoff positioning they can, where it just can't get any better no matter how much they win in the later games, that's when you'll see them pull back, worry about health, worry about rest, and worry about just fundamental practice, getting ready, hoping to take a division series quick, a best 3 out of 5, and then going in to the ALCS as fast as they can, or as high or as ahead as they can, with as much rest as they can, that way giving them the upper hand when they inevitably end up playing someone very well could be like a Houston. So I'm taking the White Sox tonight on the run line. This was a game that I had originally decided to lay off on. The pitching change happened. I did the research. It was an easy call there. It's nothing more than a premium play, but a premium play nonetheless. I've got about 3 games that didn't make the cut at all that I'm probably going to release on Twitter here in a couple of hours, about 30 minutes before game time. There are games that came somewhat close but just didn't quite make it, but there's still justification in these games that you could take them. So I may release them for free. Go follow @PicksChase, PicksChase on Twitter. That way you can get those free plays today and every day that we do them. Love you guys. See you in the winner's circle. See you back tomorrow for another free play. Jump on a package and come win with us. Thanks, guys.